Okay, screen share. No. You can do it. There. Screen sharing is paused. Why is it paused? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get the tech working. There we go. There we go. Okay, for the most part. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Let's get to a recap. So, it has been an interesting couple of days. You all made your way to the water world of Capri. You made your way to the depths of the ocean, had a strange run-in on the plane of water, the Grand Patisha. You then, made your way to the wizard's tower, the source of your contract, and there it technically went off successfully. You stole slash damaged a lot of his resources and got back to the ship and left. The unfortunate news is that you were not able to kill the Archmage. His contingencies, his clones, were enough to keep him alive. You did lose a couple of members. Zalace covered the party's retreat. Uh, your captain was blown to smithereens. And yeah, it wasn't the best, but sure enough, you all managed to come back together, and through the powers and guidance of Hecate, went to the haunted Elven Citadel to fill ranks, meeting with the brother of your former captain Lunarbow. Arendil joined the party, having interest in what your all connection with him is and the death of his brother, which he had not heard of yet. Not widespread news as of yet. You made your way through the Elven Citadel. You fought through the ghostly spirits there, and Arendelle himself was able to somehow commune with the angry Admiral King spirit of this place and allow you all a day of travel here and there. And they would said that they basically allowed be peace if this prophet you mean to seek was destroyed. If you were able to destroy him and bring proof to them, maybe these spirits would be able to find enough peace through vengeance and be able to pass on to the next life. And Captain Arendil sent his ship back to his superior, Admiral Icarus, to report on the Elven Citadel, but has joined your party for the time being to pursue this evil illithid that you mean to chase one day here. But you intend to return to the Rock of Brawl as there are loose ends to be tied up there. So that is where we start our session today. You all find yourselves aboard the Prophet's Demise. A new crew member has very humbly taken his place amongst the crew, and we're going to see where this goes. So, what now? What would you like to do?
So I'd like to speak to Captain Ed um, and just find out what position he wants me to take on the ship.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we start that by where do you feel most comfortable? You any history of spell jamming? We could always use another hand there. We
Oh, I'm
um,
sure I could spell jam. I would have had some experience.
but we lost the
But
ballista, right?
sorry, carry on.
No, I just listing what might be open. We truth be told, we could take anything uh we have.
I'm noticing on your sheet really quick, John. Did you take one of the Spelljammer classes, one of the ship ranks?
No, I haven't, because I didn't know. I didn't want to
Mhm.
presume a position on the ship. That's why I was
Uh,
asking. So I haven't taken anything Spelljammer wise, because until I do, until I know where
Fair enough.
his position is, I didn't want to put anything in there.
I understand. Okay, cool. Just wanted to be sure. Fair enough.
Well, Captain, I'm sorry, just above the table then. Being a cleric would mean I would be able to spell jam, and being a captain, I would imagine I have spell jammed in the past at some point.
Uh, Most probably yes. If you were asking me what would make most sense for Rendell, frankly, I think the commander rank would be a pretty good one because the I think the crew is lacking a commander. And considering that you were a captain,
Hmm.
that could make sense if you're interested, just as a recommendation, but not by any means a necessity. But yes, you could totally pick pilot if you wish to.
No, no, I don't.
I like Commander.
If
In
that's
fact, well, between you and me, and you, I've only been a captain for my mission. You've, you seem to have been a captain your whole life, but I, I hope it's not too forward of me to say, but I could use a stern on the field leadership. My good friend Etheriff, they're a very good diplomat, but when it comes to the field, they've got their own concerns. I think someone that can keep the troops in line when I'm away or at the bridge is, well, something we need now. We have some momentum on our side right now that I want to really take forward, and I think having you there is the best bet for it. So, what do you say?
oh, dude, you asked Captain. That is most gracious of you. Thank you. I will be happy to help out and help the troops and help the crew decide on what we should be doing. Obviously, on your say so. But I will say, Captain, I'm here to help in any way possible.
I appreciate it. I think you being a newer face is also in our favor in that regard. It puts you at an open stance. We had some complications, some inter-crew, turmoils. So I think you having a newer perspective on that would also help us. You got the best of both worlds. You got attachment from your brother, but you've got new eyes. I think the prophet's demise can use it. So I once we gather the crew, I'm hoping to gather everyone before we step out to the rock crawl. I'll make it official and welcome you aboard.
Thank you, Captain.
The office signature.
Beauty. I'll also put forth you guys are about due for a rank increase too, for all of your spell jamming ranks, which I will do throughout the week. So you guys can expect a couple new features coming your way. But in the meantime, yeah, fantastic. You've been assigned. I think it's very fun. The idea of a Rendil sort of humbly joining the crew. Rendil, as you're walking around the crew, I think you get like some looks of like impressiveness from the rank and file of the crew, like the ship hands and whatnot. Maybe even like some of the other members, like Tidewalker and so on and so forth. Because you're a Elven Armada captain. Like it's a pretty impressive rank, and you're also like a full blooded elf, and so you kind of walk through and you know everyone's very respectful as you come on. They kind of give you a little like oh, hi if you see their direction, and maybe to like your amusement, perhaps. There's a bit of clout. Like you're clearly making waves here. Like you're the new kid on the block with the shiny sneakers. You're pretty cool. And everyone else on the ship is pretty interested by you.
Okay.
Fantastic. Is there anybody else who has stuff they want to do around the ship? Arendo, you got to pick your bunk. They're like, you get the bottom bunk. Nah, you walk in and if you walk into the room, they'll be like, just a couple of people might be around. Uh, let's see. Yeah, some of the hands they'll be like, "Oh, welcome. What's your name?" And they'll just like kind of talk you up, and they'll be like, "Oh, you want the top bunk? Yeah, no, absolutely." And they'll like be happy to unload their stuff onto like a bottom bunk if you wanted that. And everyone's very welcoming and gracious. They seem very excited by your presence here.
Yeah, I'll just bunk in with the crew.
Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Basan, I saw him.
Yeah. If there is still like the third level that's nobody really up there, uh,
Just the
uh,
mirror.
if she is not actively at a station, she's doing weapons work. Like
Sure. Fantastic.
absolutely, obviously you can't spar by yourself, but she's either at her post, training, or sleeping.
Yeah, fair enough. You could spar with the exopoxy units because they just kind of, when they're not working, they just kind of stand there. Like they don't, they're still working on developing personalities and they just kind of stay in their stationary. So you could try and like, I mean, Chaplin's got them dancing if you wanted to like spar a little with them. No, you're just gonna do your thing.
I don't think that any of them will challenge her.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, so you got to just do a little weapons work there. It's just the pox units and the mirror and whatever occasional um, person that might walk through. So yeah, feel free. Okay. Who else? Anybody else got stuff they want to do around the ship? No, that's okay. All right. Captain Jord, you find your way to your spelljamming helm. Take a plop a seat there. Your backup spelljammer is present. He says, well, nah, not him. It's Ethrith. Of course, it's our Auror. It's our wonderful Auror. And yeah, Ethrith, you and the captain probably meet up there, being the foremost navigational members of the crew. Uh, Plot of course.
Take us to the Rock and Brawl. I'm gonna, I'm gonna take us there steady. Make sure the ship's cruising. Maybe take us a sightseeing. Let's keep morale high. Ride this wave.
Well, an eye out for anything that might catch the eye, but I'll plot a course now. No.
All right. Make me a survival roll or a investigation check.
Investigation. 10.
10. I'm gonna say just by sheer like the draw of the luck. Um, the currently like rotations around the sun as far as they go, they're pretty much like Toril and the Rock of Brawl are on the opposite side of the sun. So it's not a lot more distance. You just gotta wait for it to sort of like make its rotation back towards you guys. It's gonna take a little longer to get there than normal. But like barely at all. It'll take like half a day as opposed to the usual like hour that it might have taken. So yeah, you begin your travel, and you begin to make your way there, and you kind of fly in. You find the sort of rotational ring of Toril, and you kind of turn into it and sort of fly at it, and sort of like meet Toril in the middle, fly around it and past it, and kind of go into the asteroid cluster attached to Selune, the moon of Toril, and inevitably the Rock of Brawl. And you guys find yourselves making yourself back to home base, as it were. So let's go there to the Rock of Brawl. you guys all step off. For your sake, Arendo, I don't know how much time you would have spent on the Rock of Brawl. Like it's very Tortuga. It's very Nassau. The law is very loose. It's very sort of every man for himself a little bit. And there's probably a lot of rumors about how like dangerous and uncivilized and awful this place is. So maybe you haven't found yourself there just because the Elven Armada just doesn't go there a lot. So interesting new adventure, perhaps. You all step off and find yourselves, yes, once more here at the Rock of Brawl.
Is the old ship still there burning away, is it?
It hasn't quite burned away yet. I was just working on getting rid of it.
Well,
Some damage.
Ed's gonna do the usual collection of royalties first.
Usual collections, okay. I'll get to work on those. Figuring out how much you
Captain,
got.
with your permission, shall I meet with the client and inform them of our success?
Yes, please do, and try to keep things more subtle in that regard. That might be in our favor. But please, we'll feel free to take Basan.
I look at Basan. You wish to come along, or
I do not.
Very well.
Actually, a better idea, Basan, why don't you go to the church? You said you heard from them or something.
They requested to see you, Captain.
21st, I suppose, but yeah, I'll go there.
Oh, if need be, Captain, I can escort if that's what you wish.
Actually, you come with me. It'd be good for the church for you to be there with. All right then, well. And to the rest of the crew, Ed will be like, take some time, clean your heads, relax, and we'll reconvene for the next job.
I do. So as I'm going through, I'm just going to start throwing money at you guys. So I do require a 53 gold piece payment to your crew for their wonderful service aboard the ship.
You can take that off of the royalty.
All right, I'll keep that out of your funds. Keep working on this one here. Did you divide your crew funds? Did you or do you still have them aboard the ship?
I think we spent almost everything we had on the ship.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
I don't know what's left over.
There's nothing left over.
Yeah.
It seems empty. Yeah, you poured all of it into the purchasing of your new ship, so someone's got to pay up that 53 gold. You also, I believe there was also talk about 2-month compensation to the crew, if I'm not mistaken, by Ed.
I can do that for you.
For anyone who chooses to leave.
Got it.
Yeah. Just let me know how much I owe you, gold piece for that.
Okay, so let's see. So my apologies, it's double that. The 2 pay periods have gone by, so that's going to be 106 gold pieces.
Yeah. There you go. I just gave you those.
And they're all on shore leave, so pay period will recommence once the camaraderie has ended. All right, and you guys make it to the rock brawl. Beautiful. Okay, let's see how much money you're getting now. Your royalties, your wonderful, wonderful royalties. So that was 192. You got your last payment. It has been um. Okay. Oh my bad. Actual is only standard days, so it's been very nice. You'll also gain 225 gold in royalties for the quadrich.
225. Cool, cool, cool.
Beauty. Oh, sorry, the number landed. It's payday. I'm also going to put out there. I forgot to keep track of it, so it's on me. So we're not going to worry about it. But your food, you're out of food. You fed your crew to. We'll say you ran out today. Like you're like, thank God we landed. When we did, because we just ran out of food. So you guys will need to purchase more food for the crew at some point. I'm going to say, because obviously she's no longer with us, I am going to say that Shaka is going to take that 2 months back pay and take off. So she would be considered a skilled worker. So we're going to say 2 a day. The standard month is consisted of 30 days. So 60. 100. If you want to make good on your promise for gold, if they decide to leave, it's 120 gold for Shaka.
Very good.
Beauty. And with you guys really brought morale around with the bringing back of Ed and Chaplin's many tales and stories and the addition of Arendelle to your crew. Things have kind of turned around, and the crew seems to be sort of more celebratory of their many successes at sea and their pay and all of this coming back alive. And to their credit or discredit, a lot of them have sort of forgotten how bad things were at a certain point and kind of go off to enjoy shortly. Okay, where would we like to start? Who is going where? Should we start with our trip to the Temple District? Who's going with you, Ed?
And now.
Okay. So, Rendell, you make your way through the city of the Rock of Brawl, this place of scum and villainy, and things seem to work a little bit better than you might have expected from what you've heard of the place. There's still pickpockets, and you see like somewhat thinly veiled criminal elements here and there, but things largely seem to work well enough to your surprise. You two make your way to the Temple District, where shrines are held for many, many, many gods, especially Salune. The moon is right there, after all. This is not the track I wanted to fly. That's fine. That's the one. Oh, and the Chapel District. The Chapel District. The Chapel District. Oh, never mind. Okay, you make your way in, and you are going to find the Selenites. Trying to go get their identities. Yeah. Okay, you make contact with High Moon Shadow Elindra, a beautiful elven woman with sort of long blonde hair, long white hair. Um, about middle-aged, a little less than middle-aged for an elf, probably a good three centuries old. She does have the symbols of Selûne sort of painted across her face, the seven pointed stars around her eyes, very kind, gentle eyes, and very well decorated religious robes. And she approaches and says, Captain Ed Jord, welcome. It is good to see you. And she'll see you, Arundel, and she'll give you a very traditional elven greeting. Andarana Dishan, pleasure to meet you, sir. Um, we have much to discuss, Captain. It seems our divinations have borne fruit, as it were. Please come take a seat.
Of course, thank you for having. That'll follow some plan.
You sit down, and she is going to say, so, I suppose it's a good news and a tiny bit of bad news. We have what we think is a clue as to where you find your brother. We are going to continue to investigate and see if we can't focus in our efforts, as it were. But he is a bit of far afield. It's going to be a bit of a journey to find him. Are you familiar with a system? Oh, I'm going to make sure I'm picking up the right one here. Are you familiar with the wild space system known as Great Space?
Oh yeah, we were there, right? We went there.
You've never been to Great Space. You've never.
Not
It's
more
a.
than
I'm not sure.
not more than this, or I think. I don't.
We.
That's it.
I see. Well, we don't know much. It is a very different place. I think she sort of like looks at your tools on your belt and she says, "I think it's a place that you will find to be a most interesting one." Great Space is a crystal sphere, a wild space system that is highly advanced, magically and technically. They pray to a different set of gods than they do here, and it is run by a single house. And we have reason to believe that your brother is there in Great Space. In order to get there, it would require some travel through the astral sea to go to this place to try and seek him out. And as I said, we'll continue to focus in our efforts to find more specifically where he may be. But we are very sure that he is hiding out in Great Space. I would recommend that if you intend to go after him, start with the capital planet of Thessaly. Oh, it's a word to say. Sorry. Um, Thessalis. The planet Thessalis. That would be the capital planet.
Thank you so much. Can't begin to explain how much it's mean. I'll inform the crew as soon as we can. And please, if there's anything we can do to repay for it.
You already have. Just as this is of great importance to you, the healing of the Kandori was one of essential importance to all of realm space. So it is us who should be thanking you, Captain.
Of course.
And hey, a little note there for you again, Arundel. You heard that some cool rogue ship out there somewhere, not known as the Prophet's Demise, some other ship, healed the Kandori. It was this big problem going around, but was healed. Maybe you have a moment of, oh shit, that was you guys? And yeah, probably a cool note. She says, you might want to do a little bit of study about Great Space and its worlds. We have not, unfortunately. And maybe about its pantheon and what to expect when getting there. You're also going to need an astral map to travel there correctly. Um, I would recommend that there is a shop that sells astral maps. Um, that I can tell you all about it as soon as I find it. Yes, there is a shop in the middle city known as Omandar's Star Charts. They do sell star charts for a couple hundred gold each. Um, and you maybe could do a job for them if you don't have access to the funds as of now. But they should be able to set you on the right course, Captain.
Sorry, Ryan. What was that? Amanda's Star Charts. Where was that?
In the middle city. So
Middle City.
here on the Rock of Brawl, the middle city.
Okay. Suppose we have our next steps, and we won't take any more of your time than we need. Thank you again.
Well, good luck, and may Salune's moonlights shine on your path.
And to you.
Likewise.
Can I just ask, is there a temple for Seldrano? I may have said that wrong.
The
Seldrano.
Twilight Rider?
Yeah.
I find it easier to say.
Yeah,
She
it
says,
is.
she goes, of course. And she'll say, it's actually in this building. Salune is sometimes considered a manifestation of one of our elven gods. And so we keep the other elven pantheon gods here. And she'll sort of direct you to sort of a more open room. It has a number of shrines that are dedicated to the Seldarin. So, yes.
Sorry, excuse me, Captain. I just need to go and have a few words. If
Well, please, by all means.
So I'll make my way there and I'll start to pray.
You find the altar of Aurelith Lethernil.
Yeah,
Who's
I
the
wasn't
most-
even going to attempt that one.
Yeah. I remember the one game, the party was going to like the capital of the elves in the Misty Forest in the Forgotten Realm setting. Holy shit, what a mouthful. It was like a 25 letter word. It took me like 2 weeks to get that one down. It was they challenge us. But anyway, you find your way to this altar of this most really strange looking elven god who has a beard, which elves don't really have, grow beards. And you find, yeah, the altar of the Twilight Rider. As you sort of pray before it, what would you say? What would your prayer entail?
So my prayer would be, please keep the soul of my brother, Erkan, safe within your heart. I know he was one of your favored few. And I only wish that I'd known about this sooner. And I only wish that I can fulfill or live up to his name and deeds. And then I'll just walk away.
Fair enough. Lovely. A lovely prayer. Take inspiration for praying to your God. Such a great thing to do as a cleric. Very on brand for a cleric. Incredible. Okay. So Ed, you have some leads to follow. And we'll circle back to Arendelle and Ed in a little bit. Who else? I'm sure there's at least one of you is interested in a certain business venture they might want to check in on, and other things to be done around the city. Who would like to take the next shot?
Yeah. Okay, I will. Yeah, I'm gonna want to go to the best medicine and check in on how things are going there.
Best medicine. To your delight, you make your way to the building and hear the sound of laughter, sort of very muffled through the various windows, the sound of like light music and somebody saying something and another applause of laughter with an applause. And it seems that things are going well over here. I do and should roll for the current success of how your things are going with the tavern here. All right. Let's see. Let's see how things are going. Okay. Rock of Brawl, always a little downtime thing. So, 200 plus days. Let's see. Since you've been gone, do do and do. Okay, last time you were here, that was how many days ago? We were on the Rock Brawl. I just did this calculation actually. Nope. Okay. Optimize, find travel. Okay, you guys have been in the Astral Sea for 9 days. I'm going to see how well your business is done in the meantime. Nice. I'll roll a 69. Incredible. Your business is, as you walk in, things aren't as like bustling and as crazy as the first day, but successful enough so that you can walk in and be like, good. You're going to find that your personal takeaway profits, as you go to your auditory villa chest of profits, is going to be, this would be, this is a, you'll have made 20 gold pieces.
Okay.
But yes, you walk in to see your employee, Neely, the sort of gnome with like the crazy pink hair and all of the alchemy cocktails. And he goes, "Oh, good to see you, Chaplin. Good to see you. Welcome in. Things are going quite well, if I say so myself."
Oh, well, it's nice to see you too. It looks like things are going swimmingly in here.
It could be going better, but it could be going worse. Return to the profit, and that's what matters.
Well, I am very pleased. I can hear people laughing from outside, and that's mostly what this place is all about. So, thank you for doing a very nice job.
It is my genuine honor. Genuine honor. It's been such a fun time learning all kinds of new, strange concoctions for drinks and such. Will you be staying for a while?
I really don't know. Usually when we pull in, we stay for at least a few days. And when I got off the ship, I wasn't aware of anything that was coming up right away, so probably for at least a few days.
It's a downtime is always expected. I know it's your bar and all, but I'm going to buy you a drink. And he goes, "I don't know if you like to drink, being what you are, but here's a shot anyway." And he's going to give you this like crazy like Bahamas cocktail glass with like a purple liquid inside. There's like black ice steaming off of the top, and there's like one of those like long spikes like just covered in fruit all the way to the top, like dipped in. He like pushes it aside, and as you put your hand around the glass, a tiny localized firework shoots out of the top of the glass. Goes the top of it.
Yay! I'm going to try to figure out how to drink this. So, let's see. Is there maybe a panel on me somewhere that I can, without doing any damage, kind of try and pry open and access like some sort of lubrication system or something?
Yeah, you know that there is like a receiving port where your voice sensor is below your visual sensors on your what people call your face.
Yeah.
So you have that, and it's quite perhaps intentionally placed sort of below, like on the face as it would be for normal people. But you do know you do have a panel on your stomach that you could open up if you wanted to do like a direct insert sort of situation. Your body is capable of processing liquids and such, but like not taking nutrients from them.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'll do it the traditional. Yeah, I'll do it the traditional mouth way.
Um, Out of curiosity, because like just from the character design of Chaplin's
Yeah.
face, it doesn't look like they have any hinges where their mouth is. Do
No,
they
I
just
suppose
like
it. I suppose he has like a little slit, probably
yeah? So you just kind of like fit the
like
slit.
an Iron Man slit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. So you fit like the glass slit like into your mouth and kind of start pouring back, and in full fucking Jabba the Hutt style, just starts like pouring like around you because you have no lips that actually work. And like you get to your credit, you get like 2/3 of it in your mouth, but the other third just kind of pours across your body and like onto the floor. And I think both the
Perfect.
yep, perfect.
Cheers.
uh, yeah, exactly. And I think Neely and the bartender like watch with interest as you like attempt to consume this, and some laughter breaks out as you attempt to do so, and it's very jolly.
Well, thank you very
Perfect.
much. That is absolutely delightful. I can see why people are enjoying your presence here.
I'm glad you think so. I like to do a little fun. And as he's talking, your visual sensor is like a little blip appears in your HUD, and it basically says uh, extricate fluids, extricate fluids. Like starts to like beep on your sonars. It literally goes right through you immediately. You
Uh
probably
oh.
it's
Looks
probably literally just like a tube all the way down. It's like there's a
right.
little there's
Looks like I better step off for just a moment.
oh
I'll be
all
back out to
right.
dance in a little while.
All right, fantastic. See you in a minute. And yeah, if you step out, Chaplin, a little like hinge will open, like on your front, like a little codpiece hinge will just open, and all at once will just out in like a second, and then it'll re-flip back up, and that's it. You did it. You have drunk. So
That's
silly.
funny.
Okay, all right. How about Etherith or Basan? Do you guys have anything you want to do around the Rock Brawl?
I was
Showing
gonna
has
go
begun.
try and speak with the proconsul.
Beauty. All right, let's go speak at the pro console. How do you intend to go about that?
Same we did last time. Go to the
Walk
upper
right up to the front
city.
door.
Yeah, just hopefully the guard remembers me if it's the same guard.
Let's take a look. Let's see if it's the same guard. Lo and behold, it is. You have. It's a little later in the day, but it's those guards, and they see you, and they kind of give you a nod. You're like, "You see the pro console?
Indeed.
We'll send word."
Thank you.
And yeah, you wait for not too long, and like, how you been? And I'll kind of talk you up a little bit. Um, and you wait a little a tad. Actually, you don't wait too long. You waited a little bit of time before, but this time it's rather snappy. Within 5 minutes, the proconsul himself actually comes to the door with a hurried step, and goes, "Oh, thank you, gentlemen." And he kind of like takes you like by the arm and starts like hustling you off. He's like, "What are you doing? Are you insane coming here?"
Well, you didn't provide any other means of getting into contact with you, and I didn't trust a letter.
Fine, fine, fine. And he'll just like hustle you across the bridge into like around like a side street, away from the central palace. And he says, "Well, despite your lack of discretion in your return journey, you did quite marvelously, if I do say so. He hasn't been seen at court for days, and when he has been, he is red as a cherry."
Well, I'm glad you're happy. I
Happy I am indeed, indeed. Yes, you have more than well earned your payment, and I expect this will be the last time we speak for some time. Hopefully, yes.
most likely I would call it a professional courtesy. I'd like to at least explain some aspects of what transpired.
Oh no, no, no! Less I know, the better. You never know. uh, well, just in case there's an investigation or anything like that. The less I know, the better. But yes, indeed. Allow me to. It was the prophet's demise, right?
Yeah, indeed, yes.
Well, I will be shipping your gold there imminently. You've done most well, my friend. Perhaps we will do business in the future, but I think it'd be best keep yourself at least keep your head down while in the high city, and certainly away from the castle if at all possible.
Very well. Just regarding you, said wizard, just be wary of clones.
Oh yes, yes, I heard that Council Terrell does enjoy to dabble in the necromantic arts here and there, and I, t- tell me, I can't control myself. Did you? How bad was it? Did you? What did you take? What did you knock out? Was it? How'd you
Well,
do?
his sanctum's gone, and
Gone.
he was. Well, he had an unfinished staff of the Magi, and well, Ether's just kind of like mimes snapping it in half, and then
He goes, say no more, say no more. He like puts his hand on your shoulder and like bellies over and like laughs about it. Oh, that must have caused some devastation, my goodness. And I hope the goods that you found aboard also help compensate for the wonderful work, incredible effort. I knew I had a good feeling about you.
well, we have yet to fully catalog exactly everything we gained, but there was actually one thing was very useful that we've already been well, just a useful item, I think, that will aid us with our personal endeavors in the future.
Most, most excellent. Yes, and as previously promised, those are all yours for the taking. If you did want to sell any of them to me, consider me an immediate point of contact. I think I could find some use for his goods. Ah, goodness. Well, in the future, yes, send a messenger to meet me at wherever you want. You don't need to mark it. Just you can
I'll
be
just
subtle, whatever. I'm sure I'll gather. But yes, well done. I will ensure that I have my people send your funds to your ship post haste.
very well, and good luck with your
And
future
he'll
endeavors.
shake your hand vigorously, and he's got like this like kind of evil, happy look in his face. He's like, "Well done, well done," and he will walk off with a pep in his step as he is. He's paying you quite a bit for this job, and he seems quite happy about how it all went down. So there's that.
Ether just kind of looks around. After he's gone, he's a little bit dumbfounded, like, by Ether's measure, this was a disaster.
I mean, he
Well,
hired you for chaos, and chaos is what you sued. So
I. Fuck it, I'm just gonna go back to the ship.
yeah, you head back to the ship.
Need to actually review what we took.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you're like, oh yeah, I mean, goods and stuff. What about you, Bassan? Are you off to anywhere? I can hear you.
I had to check my funds
No worries.
because if
Yeah, well, this is just like the initial what you're doing off the dock, because you guys are about to get paid well. So yeah, you're about to get paid pretty decently.
she's going to the Happy Beholder. Actually, we're gonna go talk and just drink with my guy. You know, things are uncomplicated here.
Fair enough. And I was actually just remarking with a friend the other day that I was like, one of the best moments has got to be like the party or the drink after like a victory, after like a dangerous like the post battle victory drink or dance or whatever. That's got to be like the best feeling in the world, the camaraderie of that. And it's not played up enough in D&D. I find like it's got like
I agree.
because like you guys have been through hell and death and didn't know if you're gonna come out alive, and struggling with the crew, and here you are, you come out alive, and you've triumphed. You've made it to the end of the storybook, and it's worthy of celebrating. It's you did it, success, and you find your way to the Happy Beholder, where Luigi will be like, "Hello, Basan. It's good to see you. It's good to see you again. How are you?"
Fear me.
"I'll beer you good." And a telepathic eye will float a big tankard over to a barrel, fill it up, and place it frothy before you.
And she is going to regale him with the story of um the Kandori, and then with
Okay.
the story of the Elven City.
Oh, okay, fair enough. And he'll happily listen. Like he's got to take off every now and then to like
Oh yeah.
do some service here and there. But in large, he is enthralled to hear of your journeys. And he goes, "I heard of that place is haunted. Incredible!" And he'll happily hear of your tales. And I was like, "You've been through quite a bit yet. These ones on the house." And we'll just say you drink for free tonight here.
Aw.
As Luigi just kind of like keeps your glass full.
That is very cool. Yeah, that's she's just like drinking with Luigi. That's everything has sucked. He's kind of her friend, so he's everybody's friend, sort of his
Wow.
job, but that's cool. She's good with it.
I recall session one where Basan was explaining something to me about like, "Oh, I'm sitting at the bar, this thing, blah 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 blah," and I placed the beholder mini, and Basan's like, "Is that a fucking beholder?" And now he's best friends with that beholder. It's great. Who would have thought? And yeah, he's enraptured to hear of your stuff, and he just buys you drinks. He's like, "What a time! What a time!" And he goes, "Hey, you should bring." And I'll say that your crew is here. Like a lot of members of your crew are here too, to some degree. Um, your rank and file individuals, I'll say, like Kamara, Jora, Lyra, Risa. A lot of us apparently in my name selections. Not all of them, but like the rank and file crew and the artificer, they're all just like sitting around at a table at the back. They give you a wave. They invite you over if you want to sit.
Oh yeah,
Um,
she'll buy around and
Yep, and they all like they cheers you. Some of them like apologize for the flack they've given you along the way, and should have had the faith. And like drink too. They'll buy you a couple rounds as well, right back at you. And yeah, you have a good time, and you find some bridges have been mended with the crew, and they're happy for their pay, and they're happy for their shore leave and the success of their journey.
yeah, it's just camaraderie. It's just this. Oh,
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
Archie's there.
Oh yeah, the fox. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
as
He's like,
there's food, she's probably just randomly feeding it. Like this fox is probably so fat now.
yeah. This fox is getting a little slower, domesticated pretty damn quickly. Like, I don't know why I would resist this. This is going great. Um, there was one detail for your sake there, Ed, that I forgot to put on the ship. Your your ship, your private vessel wreck that you were working on for a while has been sitting in your cargo hold for a minute here. So I'm gonna just put that in there as a reminder. Yeah, this old hunk of junk has just been sort of sitting down there waiting to have something done with it.
Follows
But
my
yeah,
next.
go ahead, please.
Oh no, I would say like Edo end this night. Just picking up where he was going from. He's just gonna work on that and just kind of chill. Like he's gonna rest on that information, hoping that like Arendale's not like, yo, they said this that, because he's not holding it for like a specific reason. It's just kind of he wants to give everyone like at least 72 hours of like chill, relax, you know.
Yeah, well, shore leave.
But Ed'll stay on the ship, so you'll probably be working on that. And my breastplate that I owed you a couple days of work on before I could wear it.
Oh, okay, yeah, you want to work for your breastplate. Fantastic. Yeah, no problem.
Either or.
No problem. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. No worries there. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm trying to light up your ship, but whatever. I'm dicking around. I probably shouldn't do this. Rah. Okay. I'll say, Ed, as you kind of go back to the ship and sort of hang out, there's like a on the door, and you're gonna see these servants of like they look to be like palace hands, interestingly enough, and they're going to bring onto your ship like there's like six of them, and each one and each pair is holding like a chest, and they'll like just haul it onto your ship and like unlock the front and just open three chests just filled with gold, just with like literally gold as they deliver to you 1,500 gold pieces.
Well, thank you. Yeah, you all have a safe trip to wherever you're gonna go. That I have no idea. Oh, okay. And I'll throw him like a gold. I'll give him a tip.
And they'll each take a gold somewhere off 6 gold. And if you want to tip
Yeah,
all
I'll
of them,
tip.
because they all just kind of
Ed would do
fantastic. And yeah, you just like scoop a handful out and just like bing, 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 each one of
that.
them. So yeah, you have 14,994 gold now, which is fantastic. And yeah, you guys have been paid pretty well, and you also have crates of like arcane artifacts in your basement. So turned out pretty good in the end. I mean, you lost
Well,
Sliced,
yeah.
which is a tragedy, but got paid well. You can
And
like
he'll add,
pry into your giant chest of gold now.
the gold that he tipped, he'll add six of his own, so it's an even 1,500. And then he'll take it downstairs. If the epoxy units are around, maybe he'll tell one or two to like move it all downstairs.
I imagine Ed closing one and sort of like, ugh, ugh, and he gets to like the thing. He's like trying to figure out how best to do this, and it just falls on top of him underneath, and the box units come and help with the last two. Um, yeah, you just file away these huge things of gold, and worth noting that the chests are really nice as well. Not like they look nice, but they're pretty decently secured. And the locks on the front of them are arcane locked, so they're
Maybe.
fairly secure. So you don't have to worry about your crew being like 1,500 gold pieces, say, huh? So there's that.
And we don't need a new ship this time.
And for the first time, you don't need a new ship. Profits Demise has survived the whole mission. That's worth celebrating, I
hold on.
think.
Has that ever happened? Have we
Nope.
ever come back in this
We've
game?
never come back with a working
Didn't that
ship.
work out with the no, it's not that's not true. Your the ship that you had where you did the camp the Kendori mission made it all the way through successfully, but the moment you completed the job, it was burned down by the cultists.
Yeah.
Right.
So it survived the mission, but only by a couple hours.
Yeah, we've never actually been paid and not had to buy a new ship with our money immediately.
That's true. So for the first time, you guys just have yeah, Ed, you maybe have this moment of like paranoia. So you're like, wait a second, I've been paid. The ship is on the fritz. I gotta everybody to their stations. But yeah, this is your first like truly successful mission. at least a truly successful mission, you walk out with your whole ship in tow.
What happened with Arundel's ship?
Arundel sent his ship back to Evermeet to report on the Elven Armada, or on the Elven Citadel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll sleep maybe happily tonight, Ed, maybe with fear tonight. You're like, that your ship's only got so much time left now that you've been paid. Hopefully it'll last. We'll see. And just in that moment, a meteor comes. No. You're good. Yeah, fantastic. And we'll say like that'll unless there's anything else anyone wants to do, it's late in the day. You kind of like did the whole Elven Citadel thing and then flew all the way back and got paid. So we'll say the day's coming to an end. But Stan's drinking it up with some of the crew members. Ed's just sitting aboard the ship, kind of managing things there. Is there any chaplain you're hanging around Best Medicine? What about after through a run, Dill? Is there anything that you two would like to do to finish off the night?
Afterwards was I'd already gone back to the ship to look at the magical artifacts.
Fair enough. We'll say that you come in at just the moment. Well, you come in while the Apox units are moving all of the boxes into the hall, and uh, Ed's there, sort of maybe having a realization.
Looks like
You want to look through the
your
art?
contact was happy with the result.
He was ecstatic, absolutely
Yeah,
glowing with glee. It was quite surreal, really.
that's good. We're gonna need some gold for very, very important reasons. I, actually, what were you plan? Do you have any plans tonight out there?
Um, I was going to finally go over the artifacts we uncovered, try and identify them. Um, and then I was going to take another stab at spying on the prophet.
Well, I'm taking a night to work, but I think we can do a little research.
Research into what exactly?
What do you know about the Great Space?
What do I know about about Grey Space?
Make a history check, see what you know.
What has Hecate given to me? 14.
Unfortunately, you don't know any about Great Space. That is literally, you guys are space travelers, so I say this with a much larger context. It is a planet that you've never been to.
Um, this will be the first I've even heard of it, which is concerning.
Yeah, it's the same thing as me, so we'll both start from the same point. I figured we'll do a casual research and do some asking around, some light reading.
Well, I know there's a library here on the Rock of Bral, so something to do tomorrow, I suppose.
Now let's follow everything up if you're gonna look at the artifacts. We'll see what we all have here.
Hmm.
Okay, are we going through to see what we got?
Yep. Let's have a look.
Okay, let's see what we got. Okay. First and foremost, you take out a tome. It's a big book, and it is full of mental exercises. Um, Lucky enough, this one has a title on it. It's called The Tome of Clear Thought. If you'd like to make an Arcana check to know what it is, go right ahead.
Let's go.
So I think
That's a
Arendelle would be on the ship as well.
Okay,
dirty
fantastic.
20.
Back with the captain, and he would have been following him about. Yeah.
Okay, so you see the party is going through. You don't know where they got all this stuff, but they're going through these boxes full of like strange magical implements. What'd you roll? Ether?
20.
20. This isn't the Tome of Clear Thoughts, as it is a very rare magic item. If the entire book is read within 48 hours of study, the reader will gain a permanent intelligence increase. You already received that. you find another tome, which is it's not quite necromantic. It's more transmutative, and it shows like an basically like strange, like humanoid like structures, and talks about like different materials and such. Make me an Arcana check.
15.
15. This is a manual of golems. Within these pages lies the power to actually create a golem of your own, should you have the time and money to do so. And this is a manual of stone golems, to be specific. If you have 90 days and 80,000 gold pieces, you can make a stone golem of your own who will follow your orders and do what you say. An expensive investment, but a potentially very useful one.
That's a steal.
That's like almost double the price of a ship.
Well, yeah, it's true. It's expensive rocks you need. Apparently, I don't make the rules. But hey, it's a down the line kind of thing, and you guys don't need a new ship, so starting to save up for it.
Fair enough.
You find a delightful little wand that is decorated with fiery designs along the side, and it's warm to the touch. Feel free to make an Arcana check on that one too.
Sure. 15 again.
And again, this is a wand of fireballs. So wand of fireballs. I don't think I need to explain what that thing does.
That's totally clear.
He's pocketed that one already. He doesn't even get that out there.
Oh yeah, baby. You find a deck of cards.
I wonder what these are.
Do you draw one of the cards to try and figure out what it is?
Can I roll Arcana first before I start just drawing cards?
Yeah.
What a chicken.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, 12.
You're not sure about this one. You've heard of several different decks, but this one seems unique.
Can I look at is the captain with me?
The captain and Arendil are both with you.
This is a deck of something, but I don't know what.
I will give you this, Etherith, that you know that magic, it looks very magical and ornate. You know that when you like draw a card from decks, usually an effect happens. So at the very least, I'll let you know that like precautionarily, it might not be the best idea to just randomly draw cards.
Until I know what I'm drawing from, let's just one of you can have a look, see if you can figure out what the cards do.
I'd keep that one aside. Save that one for a rainy day when you want to play a hand of cards. What do you say?
Sure, let's just not give them to Chaplin.
I was just gonna tell you, you guys are so lucky I'm not there right now.
No! No! What I walked into. You should draw a card instead. Come on.